Imagine sitting alone in a room with one screen, two buttons, and no explanation for why you are there. One button says accident, the other says intentional. The screen turns on. A man walks down a hallway. A woman approaches from the other direction. Their shoulders collide. He turns. She turns. The clip ends. That is all you get. No sound, no history, no helpful little window into either person's mind. You watch it again. The man seemed distracted. The woman steps sideways at the same moment. It looks awkward, but ordinary. So you press accident. The screen pauses. Then 4 words appear. He did it on purpose. You lean closer. Maybe you missed something. The clip plays again. Now the man's face seems colder. His shoulder looks more deliberate. Even the way he turns begins to feel suspicious. This time, you press intentional. The 2 versions appear side by side. Same footsteps, same collision, same faces. They were not 2 versions at all. You changed your answer because one sentence changed what you expected to see. Before you can sit with that, the wall opens. Behind it is a small indoor plaza built for the experiment. You are handed an envelope and given one simple task. Take it to the blue mailbox on the other side. No judgments this time. Just walk. Near the first doorway, a man enters ahead of you, carrying a stack of papers. The door closes before you reach it. For a second, it feels a little inconsiderate. Then you see the papers blocking most of his view. He never noticed you. Farther ahead, 2 people begin laughing. One of them glances in your direction. Then, a dog spins into view, apparently losing an argument with its own tail. That is what they were watching. A man in headphones approaches next. You both step left, then right. A tiny hallway dance neither of you agreed to. You bump shoulders, apologize at the same time, and keep moving. A cleaning cart blocks the next path. The worker notices, pulls it aside, and nearly creates a second emergency with the mop. You catch it before it falls. He nods. You nod back. At the final corner, 2 queue lines merge into one. You and another man both gesture. You first. Then, both of you wait. Politeness has briefly become its own traffic jam. He laughs, steps back, and lets you pass. You place the envelope in the blue mailbox. Nothing dramatic happened. No one was especially kind. No one was especially cruel. Most people were busy managing their own small problems, just as you were. Back in the control room, the experiment asks you to rate each encounter. Helpful, rude, neutral, intentional. You choose neutral again and again. Then, the screen removes the surrounding context. The closing door, but not the papers. The laughter, but not the dog. The collision, but not the awkward dance that caused it. Seen alone, each moment becomes harder to explain. And when context disappears, certainty often arrives much faster than it should. The plaza resets. The cart rolls backward. The papers return. Even the mop regains its dignity. You receive the same envelope and the same destination. But this time, a small earpiece is placed in your ear. The researchers call it additional social context. As you enter the plaza, a voice whispers. People notice more than they admit. The sentence proves nothing. Still, your body becomes more alert. The man with the papers reaches the door. It closes in front of you, exactly as before. The voice says, "He saw you. He just didn't care." You pull the door open harder than necessary. The man turns at the sound and sees you glaring. Confusion crosses his face. To you, it looks like guilt. The 2 people laugh again. One glances toward you, exactly as before. "They're laughing at you," the voice says. You stop and stare. Their laughter fades. They lean toward each other and whisper, now genuinely uncomfortable. From a distance, the whispering looks like confirmation. The man in headphones approaches. The same left step, the same right step, the same accidental collision. He did that on purpose. This time, you do not apologize. You block his path. He removes one headphone and raises his hands, unsure why a minor accident has become a confrontation. His defensiveness feels hostile, but it appeared after yours. At the cleaning cart, the worker is slow to notice you. He doesn't respect your time. You shove past the cart. A bottle falls. The mop strikes the floor. The worker snaps at you. Now someone really is angry. The earpiece predicted hostility, but your reaction helped create the evidence. At the information desk, an employee gives the same short answer as before. You do not notice the ringing phones or the people already waiting. She thinks your question is stupid. You answer with sarcasm. Her expression hardens, and her next reply is sharp. Once again, the first insult existed only in the interpretation. The second one is real. At the merging cue, the arrows on the floor still show two lines becoming one. He is cutting in front of you. You step across the arrows and block him. He points down, trying to show you the layout. You ignore it. People begin looking over. Their faces seem judgmental. The earpiece grows louder. They think you are difficult. They are waiting for you to fail. They can see exactly what is wrong with you. Neutral faces begin to look like hostile masks. You step backward and collide with a passerby. His papers scatter across the floor. "Excuse me," he says, startled. You turn on him as though he caused it. Then an alarm sounds. Everyone freezes. The actors drop their expressions, relax their shoulders, and return to their starting marks. The plaza was controlled. The door closed at the same second. The laughter began at the same second. The headphone collision, the desk reply, the cue movement, each event was repeated exactly. The screens place both trials side by side. In the first, you move through the room without conflict. In the second, nearly every encounter becomes hostile. But the first real change was not the room. It was the meaning assigned to the room before anyone had a chance to explain themselves. Psychologists call one version of this hostile attribution bias, the tendency to read unclear behavior as intentionally hostile. Someone fails to hold a door. Maybe they did not see you. Maybe they saw you and did not care. Both are possible. The bias is not noticing the second possibility. It is treating that possibility as a fact, then reacting to it before the missing information arrives. And reactions do not remain inside the mind. They enter the room. A suspicious stare creates discomfort. Discomfort creates distance. Distance is then collected as proof that the suspicion was correct. You remove the earpiece and ask where its warnings came from. The walls open again. This time, there is no plaza behind them. There are thousands of screens. Arguments in stores, strangers shouting on trains, cruel comments, public humiliations. Conflicts recorded from the worst possible angle and replayed long after everyone involved went home. The earpiece did not invent its warnings. It learned them from real moments. That is what makes the effect convincing. Some people are rude. Some collisions are deliberate. Some smiles are cruel. But the camera rarely preserves the ordinary person who notices you, moves aside, and continues with their day. The view pulls farther back. The angry clips occupy only a small part of a much larger archive. Around them are countless uneventful interactions that were never posted, shared, or argued about. No one uploads a 12-minute compilation titled, "People Used a Hallway Normally." Conflict has an advantage. It demands an explanation. So one clip is selected, then copied, then reposted with a stronger caption. The same moment spreads across a network until frequency begins to feel like prevalence. Research on online sharing has found that negative news is more likely to be passed along. Other experiments suggest that uncivil comments can increase hostile thoughts and darken how people judge even the material around them. The screen is not necessarily showing a fake world. It may be showing a real slice of the world at a deeply distorted frequency. And after enough repetition, the warning continues even when the screen is gone. You leave the experiment and enter a real public plaza. No actors, no script, no earpiece. A stranger looks toward you and smiles. The old voice appears anyway. He is laughing at you. Your hand rises to your ear, but there is nothing there. You turn around. Behind you, a dog is standing proudly, with a leaf stuck across its face. The stranger was smiling at the dog. For a moment, the hostile masks return on everyone around you. Then someone pushes roughly through the crowd. He knocks a woman's belongings to the ground and keeps walking. That was not ambiguous. The harm is real, but watch what happens around it. One person helps gather the fallen items. Another confronts the man. Someone else watches in silence. Several people do not notice at all. One cruel act does not reveal one cruel crowd. The red color spreading across every face contracts until it belongs only to the person who caused the harm. This is not forced optimism. It is accuracy. Real cruelty should be recognized clearly. So should the difference between what happened and the first story your mind attached to it? There is a small space between action and interpretation. Usually, it lasts less than a second. But sometimes, that is enough. Someone bumps into you as the crowd shifts. The familiar answer appears immediately. Intentional. You wait. Then you see the person being pushed from behind. They regain their balance, turn, and apologize. Across the plaza, a man and woman approach each other. Their shoulders collide. Both turn around. The same two choices return. Accident. Intentional. This time, you do not rush to press either one. Maybe the world is becoming meaner. But when cruelty receives all the attention, even an ordinary face has to prove its innocence.